Recording in progress. Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mr. Simpkins?
Here.
Mr. Eby?
Here.
Mr. McElwain?
Here.
Mr. Beatty? Mr. Dawson?
Here.
Ms. Spicer? Mr. Buckner?
Here.
Mr. Ellis?
Here.
Mr. Petty?
Here.
Mr. Williams? Ms. Hayes? Mr. Reed?
We do have a quorum. I want to note tonight that our audio feed has been cut, or our video feed has been cut tonight due to construction, but there is a recording being made, and it'll be made available on YouTube to be played back. First order of business is approval of the minutes of the January 3rd, 2022 work session. Motion by Commissioner Hayes, second by Commissioner Buckner. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item of business, committee reports. Are there any committees to report?
The Ag Committee met last Thursday night, I believe it was, and all our new leaders were there and was installed, and the ones that's up for re-election was there and reappointed. We're anxious to see what our new extension leaders do. They've got a little different outlook than what previous is there, and we're just anxious to see how good it works.
Thank you. Any questions for Commissioner Simpkins? Thank you. Next order of business is the appointments. We have four, and I've left one off here, and I'm going to get some help from Commissioner Buckner on this. On Planning Commission, the reappointment, I'm bringing forward the reappointment of Mac Pilkington, Christy Sullivan, and then in the second district, Tina Ferris is a new member there. And then to fill out a vacant term, Mr. Buckner, in the seventh, it was Sam Gregory. These are names that we're submitting to carry forward to regular session to be the new members on the Planning Commission reappointed. Any questions? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Eby, second by Commissioner McElwain. Hearing no other discussion, all in favor vote by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. The E911 board, we've had Mr. Scott England, who has served on there for 20 years, has left that, and we have a vacancy on there for that board. Mr. Shane Steely, I'd like to bring his name forward, works for Dixon Fire Department. As you may recall, whenever we were in a search for EMA director, he was one of our finalists, and really high on him on this. So I'd like to open the floor for a motion and second to send this on a regular session. Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 3 on appointments is Water Authority reappointment. There's 5 members. We have 2 appointments on that. On this is the reappointment for Mr. Darrell James. I'll open the floor for a motion on that. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner Hayes. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. At the last meeting, there was a request that we put together an ad hoc committee to work on some of the issues on planning and zoning that were brought before us, so we could continue that work parallel to the work that's being done by the group that's doing the growth and transportation plan. So on this committee, I've got 9 members on this. This doesn't require your vote because you asked me to appoint these at the last meeting. From county commissioners, Commissioner Danny Williams is chairman, Commissioner Cotton Dawson, and Commissioner Mike Petty. From planning and zoning, Beth Garrett, R.J. Comer, and Todd Berry. And from citizens, Cindy Gray, Beth Thornton, and Dennis Holes. So those are the names we bring forward, and Commissioner Williams will talk and get you the addresses of all these folks so you can chair this committee and meet with them. You're welcome. It's what we know in the world. If you bring it up, you're in charge. Commissioner Williams has been on this commission before, and he's a leader in White Bluff, and he's going to do a fantastic job, so thank you for volunteering. The other list of appointments tonight is the Dickson County Jail Disciplinary Board. This is was been brought to us early on, but I don't think it was brought to us timely during the other administration, so we have to do this. I think it's for a 3-year. It looks like for a 3-year period, 2022 through 2024. So we're going to go with that on this. So the sheriff brings us forward. This is what internal discipline is used for, a committee inside that. The members of this are part of the jail staff, but they need to be approved by this commission. The sheriff brought forward the name Cynthia Geist, Deputy Derek Webster, Sergeant Kelly Street, Deputy Jeff Boatner, and Deputy Ricky Deloach. And those are right names? Okay. What the sheriff would like to do is have those names brought forward to regular session. Open floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Eby, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion for the sheriff? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Under new business, quarterly financial reports, all schools, a school representative. That representative has to be Dr. Danny Weeks tonight. Have those been sent out to them? Okay. Do y'all have any questions for Dr. Weeks tonight? If you don't and you need another couple of weeks study, I'm sure your representative will be back. So the motion we're looking for tonight is to have these moved on to the regular session on Tuesday the 22nd. Motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner Hayes. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Items 2 and 3 we will need to move to the March agenda. Ms. Whitaker was out all last week sick, so they did not have an opportunity to finish these today to get them ready for us tonight. So we will have those on March's work session agenda. Item number 4 is support Dixon Electric and Internet Infrastructure. Mr. Daryl Gillespie and Mr. Kyle Miller on the board of Dixon Electric, they met with me about 2 weeks ago. It was probably right after our last meeting. What they would like us to do is to do a resolution supporting Dixon Electric in their quest to provide broadband services in Dickson County. It's just more of a resolution to show support. So I'd like to move that on a regular session. Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Spicer. Yes. He promised me, Mr. Gillespie promised me that he would have a connection done by the end of 2022 during this calendar year. That was a promise. So mark that down. Did we vote on that? No. I got the motion a second. I forgot if I voted. We just voted on that. We're all in favor of that? Okay, cool. All right. Item number 5 is mitigation plan approval. Mr. Fisher's here to explain that. I think this is something we do every 4 years or 5 years. He's been around a while. It's his second one.
Thank you, Mayor. Like Mayor just stated, our Dickson County Hazard Mitigation Plan is required to be reviewed and updated every 5 years. We started that process in the spring of '21. We had several department head meetings as well as meeting with other municipalities throughout the county. Got us some ideas, and we updated some of the plans that we had in place. We submitted those back to TEMA. TEMA approved those plans, and then they submitted that up to FEMA, and we received notification in January of this year that FEMA has accepted our updated plan, and it meets all their requirements and their standards, and the next step is just this body adopting it as our official mitigation plan.
Any questions for Mr. Fisher? Hearing none, I'll seek a motion to move this on a regular section. Motion by Commissioner Spicer, second by Commissioner Petty. There's no other question, discussion. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, number 6 is Homeland Security Grant for $17,839.61. I'll go on and get to the good part. It's 100% grant, Commissioner Fisher, Mr. Fisher.
What the mayor said. Now, this is a grant that we receive every year that we get to spend for emergency equipment throughout the county. It is a 100% reimbursement grant. We spend the funds and submit the receipts back to TEMA, and then they reimburse us for those funds.
Any questions? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Reed. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fisher.
Thank you.
I promoted you commissioner. Was that a demotion? Next item is Tennessee SAS web software for circuit court. Ms. What are you looking at? You're not prepared to speak?
That's not mine.
Web software for circuit court? What are you here for then? Okay.
Oh, are you talking about the new program where people can check? Yeah, okay.
Okay. You hadn't changed your mind now, have you? You gave this to me so long ago you forgot.
Yeah, I gave you that speech several months ago.
She did.
What it is, it's a program, General Sessions already got it, already has it, excuse me. It's where citizens or yourselves, anyone can look up a name, see what's going on in the case. Attorneys really love it. That way we don't have so many phone calls coming in, and that frees up my staff to do the work they need to do.
And apparently you have an endorsement here from somebody close by. Well, I'll open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Spicer, second by Commissioner Reed. Do you have any questions, discussion items for Ms. Lewis? Thank you. I appreciate Ms. Lewis bringing this forward. So often whenever we get bogged down needing with volumes of work to do, it's always easy to look first, let's hire employees, but that's a operational cost that not only doesn't go away, it gets more expensive every year. So I want to thank her for finding these type things that can maybe help us before we have to look at growing our staff. So I want to point that out. I have a motion and a second to move this on a regular session. Do I have a motion? Do I have any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 8 is road improvement contract, Eubank Paving. This is the road improvement on 2 Mile Road that is being built to improve the road going out toward the fuel terminal. Eubank received that contract. This is being paid for through our agreement with Buckeye Partners on this. They're paying for that, but because it's a county road project, it comes through us, so we had to go through the normal bidding process and get those requirements done. And so we had several bidders, but Eubank here locally is one that received that bid. So we need to look at approval of this contract for it to be signed after regular session. Open floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty. Second by Commissioner Simpkins.
Is that from Hogan Road all the way down Pima Road until it gets to the city?
All the way to city limits. Any other questions? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 9, this is something I'm going to ask you to move forward. We hadn't completed. Because this road is being built and not by county, by another contractor, we think it's necessary that we have someone that works our interest to watch this road be built, to do the proper testing that needs to be done. And that's, so I'm recommending at this point, if we can work out an agreement with T.W. Frierson for them to do that. We've had a good relationship with Frierson on our building across the street and what they're doing upstairs. So we're pretty confident their work is professional service that doesn't need to be bid. But I'd like to, hopefully in 2 weeks, I'll have the contract completed with them for y'all's approval so they can monitor the work being done on this road for the county. Yes.
When is this supposed to be finished?
With the road? Oh, out here. Yeah, they're doing this job. This upstairs portion to be completed in the middle of March. When they move downstairs, the rest of it's going to be done, it looks like at the end of July. So the first and this floor and the main floor will be done. We'll be going into another project in probably about a year about doing the downstairs. So when we have money appropriate to do that. It's getting a little dusty up here. Did I get a motion to second on that? No, I need a motion to second on that contract. Motion by Commissioner Hayes, second by Commissioner Williams. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 10, Fanny Branch and Nancy Shaw Roads, stop sign. Commissioner McElwain.
I spoke with the highway department and they looked at it. The stop sign right there, fix that intersections.
Good. That's a motion by Commissioner McElwain. To have a second? Second by Commissioner Reed. Any other discussion on that item? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Is there any other business to be brought from the commission?
Yeah, I just got a question about, while we were talking about roads, because I've had some people call, how is our road paving project going? You know, because I've had some people call me that I thought their road was on the list. It haven't, you know, nothing's been done yet. So do we have any update on that at all?
Well, after the asphalt plant closed down early December, there's no way to pave until they open back up. That's typically the middle of March is when it's warm enough to do that. So all the roads that were on the road list, what we had discussed, we're moving forward with that in particular, unless Mr. Burgess has any other input on that.
I talked to old Michael, and he said, as quick as they got back going, he said he could knock them right out.
And back to Eubank, you know, they received a contract from us to do some of the longer roads. I think Maple Valley was one of them, Old 48. We were looking at doing some work on Merle Road, but I think we're going to have to hold up on that. And because of all the storm damage out there and the reconstruction done, we might be paving roads that will just be torn back up. And then there was another large road that we're doing. But then we still had the regular road list that was being done. So we're on path. We just need the asphalt plants to open back up.
Roger. Okay, thank you.
Any other business? I do want to point out, right after this meeting, we do need to have an executive session. And for those that may not be aware, we have executive sessions when we have a legal matter to cover or a security matter. So as soon as this meeting's over, the commission will stay. It'll be a relatively short meeting to get you up to date on a couple of items on that. So let's see, on birthdays. We got a dry spell, don't we, it looks like. Well, okay, too bad. Any other business for the final announcement? Anybody got anything going on fun? Anywhere we need to go? Nothing? Want to remind everybody too about your conflict of interest statements. If you do it now, it's too late, but it was late on January 31st, but they're pretty forgiving if you get it in like really quickly. So I just want to remind everybody of that. Commissioner Buckner?
Yeah, I would like to, since Merle knows my district out there, I'd like to thank the road department for all the work we done out there. They spent a lot of time out there, and they put
thanks for bringing that up. They did a great job, and there's a lot of brush, a lot of trees had to be moved. That area will never look normal again, and probably as long as we're alive, but they did the best work they could to clean it up, and we really appreciate it. Mr. Burgess, you and your people, Jackie back there, thank you for what you did. I know y'all spent a lot of times and hours on some nasty days out there doing the work, and we thank you for that. Thank you for bringing that up.
We had a lot of help coming from other counties, so Montgomery County, their highway department came in and helped us, their, Clarksville Street Department, they came in and helped us, they was a real big help for us.
That's great. Got good neighbors. Thank you. If there's no other business, then the final announcement will be the next work session meeting will be on March 7th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the Beaverdale Booty Reed Jr. County Commission Chamber of the Dixon County Administration Building, 4 Court Square, Charlotte, Tennessee. Have a motion second adjourn? What? What?
I just had to ask you, you said there was a little bit low on the birthday, she did mention Becky's the last meeting.
Did,
I don't want her to be overlooked.
I missed her birthday?
It was last week.
Becky.
I wasn't here to remind you, so I'll look for her before.
We'll celebrate it correctly at the next meeting. Excuse me? All right. You are.
Oh, yeah. What
Now,
about she puts on
okay,
Facebook?
thank you. We work at the motion second adjourn, but we will punish you next time, so we look forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Recording stopped.